What are we doing today?
We are making bean sandwiches as well as sugar sandwiches. Both British and American beans, maybe? Try both? I don't know, something like that. We got them.
Who knows? We found I found a recipe on one of the World War II
Vintage.
It's like living on rations page. And yeah, so I will put the image up here, but it's a simple recipe on how to essentially just make a meatless bean sandwich.
Yeah, and so for reference, this is American beans right here, which typical porky beans. But
Chicago's best.
Yeah, but then we understood by reading online that they don't put pork in English beans, so we actually procured a can of Heinz beans.
This is like a $6 can of beans in America, and this is like a $2.99.
This is like 80 cents.
Oh, well.
Yeah. So, import tax. But, you know what? For authenticity, we're doing it and to make James May happy.
Yeah. I'd love to see that man make a sandwich in the bug-out bunker.
Yes. Love James May.
We don't have margarine, though, sadly.
No, so it's going to be a sugar...
spreadable margarine.
Yeah, it's going to be regular butter. But, for the sugar sandwich. But we're going to do this.
But yeah, it's basically mashed beans, gherkins, aka pickles.
If you're on this side of the pond, it's pickles.
Mayo. And yeah, that's essentially what it is. So
yeah, so
let's get to making.
Now you'll see us doing it right here and now.
I'm doing it.
That's for a different thing. Alright. So we've got...
I forget what the recipe exactly is because I'm not looking at it.
I have it.
Oh, there's olives. There's olives.
Spanish olives, which we went with Spanish Queen. So, and then this is what we're using. They're not technically gherkins, but they're basically the same. And we've both kind of discussed not liking sweet pickles so much.
I like sweet pickles.
The bread and butter ones. Those are the ones I'm not a fan of.
Sweet heat pickles are probably my favorite go-to.
Which, I have these. So, yeah, these are sweet heat pickles. We could use these as a stand-in.
Well, I feel like, just for the sake of things, we'll just do classic kosher dill. And then maybe next time we try out different variants.
Right.
If it's, at least base level good.
Yeah, and then that way we can also try it with margarine instead of butter.
Yeah.
So, I'll pull up I've got it right here. So, 1 medium can of Heinz oven baked beans, a half teaspoonful of salt, 4 Heinz preserved sweet gherkins chopped, 8 Heinz stuffed Spanish olives. This was made by Heinz, obviously. We're not going to use Heinz for everything, but stuffed Spanish olives chopped, and then Heinz mayonnaise salad dressing. We're going to be using Kraft olive oil mayo. So, drain the beans, press through a sieve or mash until entirely free from lumps. Add salt, gherkins, and olives. Add just enough mayonnaise to make a smooth filling and spread between buttered slices of Boston brown bread or whole wheat bread. So, we are going to start putting that all together right now.
Yeah, and I think we should hold off on putting the salt in until after a taste test, because for me, pickles are usually in a salty brine. Olives are usually in a salted brine. Depending on your butter margarine situation, that could be salted. But I think you're an unsalted boy.
I do unsalted.
Yeah.
Pretty much all my butter is unsalted. I'm gonna add salt to my dishes.
I exclusively use salted butter.
Perfect.
And just account for it.
So we've got bread.
We got pretty substantial size bread.
Big bread. We'll cut it in half.
Yeah, halvesies.
And we're using sourdough. So
not Boston brown bread, but I feel like making Boston brown bread would be a fun video idea because you bake it in the tin.
Ooh, yeah, that would be fun. So,
give me a bowl and I'll mash beans.
Yes.
It says nothing about draining.
It's It said something. It was drain something, wasn't it?
Oh.
Drain Heinz oven baked beans and press the receiver mash.
I immediately.
First ingredient.
First instruction.
Yeah.
Where is your drain? Or.
Excuse me. I usually just use the lid of the can.
Okay.
But if you want to,
these are thick beans.
Here you go. You could do. Oh, there you go.
Oh, and then we can mash that through.
Well, I was gonna get my masher.
Well.
Put it in this.
Squeeze. It says nothing about rinsing.
Yeah, no need to rinse.
Why would you rinse your beans?
There's the beaning.
What?
Dun, 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 dun. So you have to shake down the beans. And we're gonna put those in a big bowl and mash. I got a good old-fashioned bean masher right here.
Wouldn't you?
So that looks
Beaned.
decently drained, I would say. Yeah.
Relatively.
Yeah. Beans in the bowl.
Okay.
All right.
I've got your beaned.
Here you go with that. I will begin the process of buttering the bread and chopping up the veggie bits. So, our olives and pickles. If I can open this. There we go.
The strength of one man.
Versus one pickle jar.
That's a jar.
A jar of pickles. the unicorn?
Yeah. Did you like all the little video clips I did of it?
Yes. Amazing.
Just all these random.
If we want, for the time being, we can set the camera up on this. Oh my gosh. You guys are chilling on the microwave right now.
It's starting to look like refried beans, and I think that's the point.
Yeah, it is.
We probably could have just used refried beans.
Probably could have, but
Like in a pinch.
yeah, which I imagine is doable. But another thing too is that it is a cold sandwich, so that's a.
Well, I'm thinking like cold canned.
Yeah, I'm just saying that it is interesting to. It is a different take on
usually
bean
beans
dishes.
Warm,
Yeah.
unless it's like a cold, like 3-bean salad.
Yeah. Butt to butt. Back to back.
Actually, your butt's more back level for you.
No. So since dropping stuff, doing okay.
I'm good. Mimu, don't attack.
I will double check on. I'm pretty sure it said 3
This kind of
seconds.
looks a little sick.
So it said 4 Heinz preserved sweet gherkins. I'm gonna use 2 since these are bigger, and then 8 olives, which we'll just go with 8.
Yeah, I feel like colloquially here, gherkins refer to the tiny pickles.
Yeah, the small ones, which I almost picked up a jar, but then I was like, I've got pickles, and yeah, they're the salty dills, but you know what? It's fine.
This is fine.
So,
I feel like this is mashed enough.
okay, and then so I'll finally chop these, and we'll go ahead and mix it all in.
Sick.
And then we can try it with pork and beans too at some point.
I got excited because our calendar said that there was a holiday, but then I realized it was just a bank holiday. We don't actually get it off.
Oh, Monday?
Yeah.
No, I saw it on our calendar, and I was like, "Oh, does that mean we get that off?" No. I saw they still have the outdated name on it too. It's still,
Columbus?
yeah, it's supposed to be Indigenous Peoples Day now. Because Columbus was a jerk.
Thanks to Columbus claiming everything, some banks get a holiday.
Yeah. Chopping the pickles. basically making a relish without goo.
You know, you're not wrong. And as you can see on top of the microwave, you might not be able to tell exactly what it is, but they are the pumpkin spice red vines.
Which I'm mixed feelings about.
Well, having tried off camera last year the gingerbread red vines, my hopes are in the toilet. They're not good.
You're preparing for disappointment.
And considering the Oreo situation, I feel like indifference is probably the best outcome.
Yeah, that's true. Alright, so let me go ahead and scoop in all those delicious pickles and not the olives yet that I am rolling around. There we go.
Okay.
I will now chop olives. Halve them first and then just sort of go to town on them.
You know, the comparison to sick stays.
It's just look like, it does kind of look like a vomit, really. Yeah.
Like your kid was at the barbecue.
Yeah.
It doesn't smell bad though. And like all of the components for the most part I would eat.
Yes.
Like there's no bad component.
That's a good point, and I agree. So.
And pickles and beans kind of feel like they go together.
Yeah, nice picnic foods.
Whoa!
Olives. Doing my best to make it efficient. This would be a case where a slap chop would actually be pretty good. Just
1940s slap chop.
Yeah.
Housewife's dream.
So just sort of going that way, and now we're gonna pile them all together. And I'm gonna do it this way. That was a sniff. And it said to add mayo to taste, right? I think. Something.
Consistency.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and check that out. So there we go, nice chopped olives. This is a very British seeming sandwich.
What do you mean?
Just something about the using many pickled ingredients and simple flavorings.
The olive pieces kind of make me think of like avocado at the moment. It's like olive shouldn't be there, but avocado.
Okay, I'm gonna butter our bread, and it did not say to toast it, so.
No. Mayo.
Mayo's right here.
Where's the recipe?
In my pocketses.
Pocketses.
Shrink. There you go.
Salt, gherkin on just enough mayonnaise to make smooth.
Just enough to make smooth.
Which is very
Vague.
vague.
Use feeling. It's like using garlic in cooking.
So I just did 2 spoonfuls. I wonder if this is going to be like one of those things where it just seems odd but tastes good. Or if it's going to be one of those things of like, oh, this wife hated their husband.
That's a good point.
Because there are a lot of recipes that in retrospect it's like, it seems like they hated each other.
Yeah.
Like
I, for one, really enjoy beans, so can't imagine it would be anything wrong in that regard.
I think that's enough mayo for my imagination.
I will take your word for it.
Looks creamy.
It does. It has a very mushy, almost like a tuna.
It
salad.
does have a tuna-like texture now, other than like the fishiness.
So, okay. Butter has been spread. That cutting board is much too wet to put thread on.
Plate.
Put that in there. That that from you. You can
just a handy dandy second.
get the fancy angles on it, and I'll cut it in half, and we'll be enjoying it soon. The lid.
Aha!
The lid. So yeah, it's a nice, doesn't really have much of a smell to it. Interesting. It has almost smells like baby food.
Maybe it is.
Maybe. Now, not sure how much we're supposed to put here. The picture had a pretty thick layer. So I'm going to go ahead and...
So right off the bat, like texturally, I feel like lettuce might help if it's feeling a little too squishy.
A little mushy. It actually, you know what it is? The smell I'm smelling? It smells like canned peas.
Canned peas, specifically?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if I've had canned peas.
Yeah, canned peas. So, yes, I dropped a droop. Okay, so...
I'm also wondering on, like, the integrity of the sandwich. Like, is it just going to squish out?
That's why I'm going to try to gingerly cut it.
What about Marianne and Professor?
Alright, that should do that. That looks like we got a good cut. Yep, okay.
Okay.
Now, I'll leave the knife there so I don't cut myself later.
Yep, so how about we take this over to the couch?
Let's do that, and we will try our sandwich. Okay.
Okay, we've got the bean sandwich.
The bean sandwich. So, I will go ahead and...
I'm going to be preemptive.
That's a good idea. Napkins.
Because it seems a little gooey. I might not have needed so much meal.
But, alright. Digging in.
I kind of like it.
You know, it's funny. It kind of tastes like canned peas.
It doesn't to me because I'm getting enough of like pickle and stuff.
I definitely get the pickle for sure. But I think it might be the Heinz beans. They have that same flavor as canned peas in America. So Brits who are in America, maybe try that.
I think it might, yeah, because it's in a tomato sauce.
Yeah, canned peas might tickle your fancy. It's not bad.
Yeah, it's actually like better than anticipated.
The pickles and olives really come forward. So your pickle choice will definitely matter on this one. The beans are very mild, not as forward as American baked beans.
American baked beans are a lot sweeter too. Whereas it doesn't really have like a hit of sweetness.
Yeah, I like it.
Me too. I would not be mad at this, and it's a vegetarian sandwich.
Yeah, it is. And actually, this one is, I believe, vegan with the olive oil mayo.
It might not be because of egg.
It might not be, but...
But you could do it with a vegan mayo. And actual margarine.
Yeah, that's true. We did use butter, so...
But yeah, I feel like this is a success.
I like it. I might actually do it in the future.
You might have to order the cheap cans of Heinz beans.
I definitely would like to try it with American baked beans and see how it tastes as well.
Dinner?
Yeah, right. I do have the can.
It's so weirdly good.
Yeah, I like it. Definitely,
I feel like even a slice of cheese in there wouldn't be bad. And also, like I said, maybe lettuce for texture.
And of course, you can always spice it how you like. But it's a nice, simple, that's a good picnic food.
And we didn't add any salt. So ours was definitely salty enough.
And that was one thing too, because between sweet pickles and dill pickles. You're getting salt with the dill pickles, so and the olives. So, also I've noticed that most of the time when recipes say to add salt, they add too much salt for me. So I'm usually a lower sodium diet. But overall, yeah, I like this.
This would also be super good as just like a dip with crackers.
That's true. Yeah. It's a nice bean salad, really.
Yeah. This is surprisingly good.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have like terrible expectations, but I didn't expect it to be like I would eat this again on my own, not someone else making it for me.
I like tuna fish sandwiches, and this is similar to that.
A lot of people use chickpeas as a replacement for tuna.
So
we could probably use chickpeas in this case.
When I was lowering my cholesterol, actually, I used hummus instead of mayo, so that's always an option.
Maybe that's part of the reason why we like it so much, is that we both like hummus. And this is essentially like a slightly different hummus. A white bean hummus.
It is. It's a different bean hummus, really. Because instead of garbanzo or chickpea, whatever you want to call it. That reminds me of a very inappropriate joke. You know what the difference between a garbanzo bean and a chickpea is?
Consent?
I've never wanted a garbanzo bean on my face.
Beautiful.
I like it. It's good.
It's super good for... I mean, I had like hopes, but...
I would definitely throw hot sauce on it.
Oh yeah. Some sort of hot sauce would be good.
Hot sauce, like definitely, you could add all your favorite spice blends and stuff. I'd probably put on that. It would probably be really good with not just hot sauce, but a little bit of cumin, and then salt and pepper, because we didn't. Maybe the salt probably fine, but pepper.
Yeah, fresh cracked pepper.
Yeah, that'd be good. So that was the bean sandwich.
Yeah, Heinz bean sandwich.
Now it's time for the sugar sandwich dessert.
Yeah, and let's get to dessert.
All right.
So, in honor of James May, it's going to be a sugar sandwich. And I don't think we really need to explain it that much. It's just bread, butter, or margarine, sugar.
Yeah, and it's not heated or toasted.
It's literally just a closed sandwich of butter, sugar.
Yeah. When she originally showed me James May going through it, I said, "Oh, I used to make sugar sandwiches or sugar toast when I was a kid." And then it's like, "Oh, it's not toasted. It's not heated.
No.
It's just margarine, sugar."
If you've ever seen James May's like videos from his bug out bunker that he was doing, I think predominantly during COVID, where he just like makes sandwiches and like shares them with, I forget her name, but a younger girl, probably closer to our age.
Yeah.
And then his camera guy, who is the same age range, and so they have a lot of the same sandwich memories. So yeah, sugar sandwich. He did a video where they tried all the different types of sugar.
Yeah, well, we're gonna go ahead and just do normal caster sugar, I believe it's referred to as, or just regular. So.
Granulated.
Yeah.
Yep. So we will be back in a moment.
My sister baked me, or the preparation tray. Ha! It's got a dragon on it. All right, so 2 pieces of bread. Oh no, wait! This is the wrong bread. In James May's heart, it has to be the cheap, crappy bread.
It's not crappy. It's just white.
Okay.
What?
I will withhold comment. No, I'm just kidding. All right, so big white, premium bread. It says premium in quotation marks there, because this is about as normal of white bread as you could get. Make 2 of them. We're gonna eat a whole sandwich each. Do we put ourselves through that, or do we split one?
I'm not sure I have it in me to eat a whole sandwich.
We'll do one sandwich and split it. Even James May ate like a quarter of it, and he insisted that his crewmates eat a half. Yeah, so
Yeah, he insisted that she eat a half a sandwich.
Yep.
And that him and his buddy behind the camera were going to only eat a quarter.
The rationed children would be happy to take it, so.
As far back as World War I or something, he said. So. Had a butter and sugar sandwich and then presumably died of joy.
Now, unfortunately, my butter is not very spreadable right now because it's a cold day.
Yeah, because it's not low-packed spreadable margarine.
I don't know.
Flood the cowlicks.
I've made a grave error.
Your judgment is questioned.
So we'll get. I could heat it and make it better, but you know what? I think the chopped up broken bread adds to the.
Yeah, it adds to what you would actually presumably do in the 70s as a child.
When I was a kid, I always messed up my bread. All right, that's probably a good amount of butter.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to cut it thin so that it spreads easier. A little bit of a futile effort, but it's working-ish.
You could have grated it.
Could I grate the butter? Could have heated it in the microwave a little bit.
Well, that's actually a tactic.
Grating butter?
Yeah, you grate your butter and then you freeze it, and then it's easier to incorporate into a dough where the butter is supposed to be chilled. Because it's already small pieces instead of crumbling it into pea size.
Baking facts with Sydney.
I've only done it once though, because it takes forethought.
You're like I don't prep, I just go.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah.
Most of the time, unless I know for a fact I'm going to be making it, because a lot of the times I just sort of do. I don't have the prep.
You're not Batman.
Sometimes.
Batman prepares for everything. Prep time.
You know, just spontaneous fondue nights.
Yes, which was delightful. Okay.
So actually, he has organic cane sugar.
We have, organic cane sugar, so semi fancy, I guess. Wow, I've not even opened this.
The inaugural run.
Shows how often I use sugar.
But not how often he eats sugar. Look at that candy corn.
That's true.
It already looks like it's been nibbled.
That one piece.
That one piece.
Okay, I'm having a moment here because it's supposed to be peelable, but they've gone and made the peeling section non-peel because it's blended and incorporated into it. Let's see if I can maybe use a knife here. Okay, where's my knife?
Where's me knife?
A clean knife. Oh, actually this might work. Aha! Coffee.
Dental tool.
It's from coffee, but we're gonna use it for this right now.
Remember, your buddy, not your belly, and I don't want to be the buddy in that situation. Moo.
That is not peeling at all how it's supposed to. We're having a fun day here. Here we go! Haha!
Huzzah!
Alright, so there's the sugar. Beautiful.
Sugar, you're sweet. Come and put it down.
Now, as James did it, he just took a spoon and sort of.
Yeah, he just did it. It's hard to see because it's just beige.
It's white
but
sugar
I assure you,
on white bread. There's enough sugar on there, I think. Pretty good amount. Good layer.
And then we just close it.
So we take that. Yep, I'm going to close this so that
we will see you back at the couch.
Don't forget that little bam.
What's
Now I'm going to cut it with the butter knife because it's butter and white bread.
Contamination.
You can hear those crunchy crystals. Okay. Do we enjoy it with a glass of milk?
I say we just go for it.
Okay. Back at the couch.
Okay, we're back at the couch with our sugar sandwiches.
Dink. There's butter, sugar, and white bread.
It's delightful.
It's got a certain charm to it. I definitely like it toasted more. I've had it not even that long ago, the toasted variety of doing the exact same thing, but putting it into a toaster oven so that the sugar and the butter melts, the sugar kind of caramelizes a little bit, and you get like a nice crunchy sweet toast. This is that's not bad.
Yeah, as James May said, it does remind you of a summer holiday on the beach with sand.
Mm-hmm. The texture of the bread's not bad, actually.
It's just white.
I haven't had white bread, aside from making French toast with this exact loaf of bread the other night. I haven't had plain white bread.
Well, this just tastes like eggless French toast. Butter, sugar, white bread.
Eggless French toast is a hilarious statement.
I love it.
I think his co-producer or teammates were overreacting when she thought it was disgusting. I think it's fine.
Maybe he just used more sugar. Who knows?
We'll have to try with margarine for the real.
Yeah, margarine. Love the cow links.
Is that a hoe? Well.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for joining. I hope you enjoyed it. Mm-hmm. We enjoyed it, actually.
Yeah. It's pretty good.
There's definitely going to be some recipes out there that are questionable, which we'll go
through. A lot of my old cookbooks include sections on like lunchbox recipes and sandwiches, some of which are odd by like my standards, and others are just like, of course that you would do that.
It's like, yeah.
So yeah, why not try some interesting sandwiches? Is this a common sandwich or practice where you are from? Do you commonly eat beans in sandwiches and not just on toast? Especially cold, because beans on toast, I presume, is eaten warm.
I usually do when I have it on toast. It's warm, but...
Yeah, I mean, other than hummus. Hummus can be the exception to that.
Hummus is...
Do you have any sandwich recipes you'd like to see us try again?
Yeah, let us know what sandwiches you want to see, or oddballs that you've, witnessed. Maybe we'll end up making stuff from cartoons too. Why not?
Yeah.
And Mimu shows up.
Yeah. Well,
as feisty as always.
Mimu is slightly scary.
Yeah. There she goes.
Well, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you flock and squawk again with us sometime.
Bye.
Bye. Mimu.
Don't attack Sydney. Attacks me, loves you.